In this episode, we will be discussing California Landlord Pest Control Disclosure. The California Civil Code, Chapter 2, Section 1940.8 and 1940.8.5 requires landlords to provide the following disclosures regarding pest control. Licensed Pest Control Operator. A landlord of a residential dwelling unit shall provide each new tenant that occupies the unit with a copy of the notice provided by a registered structural pest control company if a contract for periodic pest control service has been executed. Pest control without a licensed operator. A landlord or authorized agent that applies any pesticide to a dwelling unit without a licensed pest control operator shall provide the tenant of that unit, and, if making broadcast applications or using foggers or aerosol sprays, any tenant in an adjacent unit that could reasonably be impacted, with written notice that contains the following statements and information using words with common everyday meaning. The pest or pests to be controlled, the name and brand of the pesticide product proposed to be used, the approximate date, time, and frequency with which the pesticide will be applied, the following notification, the approximate date, time, and frequency of this pesticide application is subject to change, and finally, a very specific 3-paragraph cautionary statement must also be included regarding the use of pesticides in the state of California, which can be found at AmericanLandlord.com. 24-hour advance notice. At least 24 hours prior to application of the pesticide to the dwelling unit, the landlord or authorized agent shall provide the notice to the tenant of the unit, as well as any tenants in adjacent units that are required to be notified, in at least one of the following ways: first-class mail, personal delivery to the tenant, someone of suitable age and discretion at the premises, or under the usual entry door of the premises. Electronic delivery if an email address has been provided, or posting a written notice in a conspicuous place at the unit entry in a manner in which a reasonable person would discover the notice. Upon receipt of written notification, the tenant may agree in writing, or if notification was emailed, the tenant may agree through email to allow the landlord or authorized agent to apply a pesticide immediately or at an agreed upon time. Tenant request for immediate pesticide application. Prior to receipt of written notification, the tenant and the landlord or authorized agent may agree orally to an immediate pesticide application if a tenant requests that the pesticide be applied before 24-hour advance notice can be given. The oral agreement shall include the name and brand of the pesticide product proposed to be used. If any tenants in adjacent dwelling units are also required to be notified pursuant to this section, the landlord or authorized agent shall provide those tenants with this notice as soon as practicable after the oral agreement is made, but in no case later than commencement of application of the pesticide. Common area pest control without a licensed operator. A landlord or authorized agent that applies any pesticide to a common area without a licensed pest control operator, excluding routine pesticide applications, shall post written notice in a conspicuous place in the common area in which a pesticide is to be applied that contains the same information as required in a dwelling unit application. The notice shall remain posted for at least 24 hours after the pesticide is applied. If a landlord or authorized agent will routinely apply pesticide in a common area on a set schedule without a licensed pest control operator, he or she shall provide new and existing tenants with written notice that includes the schedule pursuant to which the pesticide will be routinely applied. It is important to note, landlords and their authorized agents are not liable for any notice removed from a common area without the knowledge or consent of the landlord or authorized agent. For additional laws and articles, visit AmericanLandlord.com.